Alright everyone, good morning. So we're going to get the STS-V out. I don't really drive this thing as much as I should, but in the last couple days I've gotten rid of one of the vehicles, so we're going to actually start using this thing a little bit more. It's a great car. I don't know why I don't drive it more often. It's amazing. Like, people give the North Star motor so much crap, but this is a hand-built 4.4 liter North Star. It is not the 4.6 liter North Star that came in the previous generation STS or the DeVilles or any of those. These don't really have any of the problems. They were a much better built motor. They were built for boost. They make 469 horsepower from the factory, 439 foot-pounds of torque. This one's been worked a little bit. It's got an exhaust on it, cold air intake, it's tuned. I believe the blower's been ported. The car was built by D3 Cadillac out in California. It's an 08. The car was built in 2009. The car had 3,000 miles on it when it was shipped from New Jersey out to D3 Cadillac. They did a ton of mods to the car. Black out the headlight housing from the inside, black grills, LED lights on everything, black chrome wheels, custom-made hood with functioning louvers, custom-made fenders with louvers. It all extracts heat. They're all fully functioning. The only mods I did were the red V badges with the black carbon fiber and the red brakes. Everything else is pretty much exactly the way the car showed up to me. When we get it outside, I'll show you the interior, and it has a bunch of custom interior and things in it. But in the meantime, let's fire this thing up, and hopefully it starts. It's been sitting for a little while, and get it outside. Alright everyone, so we got the STS out of the garage here. Alright, let's hop inside this thing and take a look inside. Check out the interior in this bad boy. Embroidered headrests on all four of them. Red suede everywhere. Red leather. This is all factory. The STS-Vs had a MSRP of right around $80,000 when they were new. The dash is all leather, stitched. It's definitely a higher end car than the CTSs, especially of the generation. Like, I would say that the interior in this is more on par with a V3 than a V2 ever was. Got blind spot monitoring in the mirrors, heated steering wheel. It does only have heated seats, which is very odd because if you got a regular STS, you could get them with cooled seats. And they are perforated, so I don't know why the Vs did not come with cooled seats. But yeah, super awesome car. Navigation, you know, all the works. The whole screen, let's see if we can get it to tilt. Yeah, there you go. The whole screen moves for better lighting to get rid of shadowing, depending on where the sun's at. So, yeah, it's got speakers just everywhere. Speakers on top of the seats. It has a 10-inch sub on the back deck. Speaker in the center. Speaker over here. Forget how many speakers are in this thing. 21, I think, something crazy. But either way, pretty awesome. We'll take it for a drive here in a second and let you guys hear the motor on this thing. I love how this supercharger sounds on this car. I wish the CTS sounded half as cool, but we'll go for a little drive here in a second and you guys can hear it. All right, everyone. So it's a beautiful day out. We got the STS out. Gonna go for a drive in this thing and take it up the road here. I love driving this. People give me crap about it because they're like, why would you drive this when you've got a 1,000 horsepower, you know, wagon sitting at home? But man, I love this car. It's so nice to just get in and cruise. It is definitely a little bit more oriented towards cruising than racing it or spirited driving, but it still loves to be driven hard down a back road. It handles great. 6-speed transmission. You can slap it over into manual mode and start shifting. I mean, it's fun. I cannot get over the sound it makes. Like, it just makes some awesome sounds. So that's why I love it. It makes all the right sounds. It just drives so nice down the road. It's got a heads-up display up here in the dash, or up in the windshield, I should say. Shows your speed, shows the RPM, shows what gear you're in when you're in sport mode. Thing is just a blast to drive. It's obviously not as fast in a straight line as the wagon, but I'd say it handles almost as good. It's a little bit lighter steering. It was aimed more towards luxury, but we're on a nice twisty turny back road here, and it just goes right up the road, no problem. I mean, we're just zipping right along here. It's super fun to take on long trips and stuff like that. Obviously, though, with 23,000 miles, I haven't taken it on too many, but I've taken it on a couple road rallies down through Maryland and West Virginia, out to Pittsburgh, and it's great. It holds its own. I mean, I was in a group with M5s, M3s, a couple exotics. You know, this thing cruises right down the highway at over 100, no problem. Gets great fuel mileage. That's what I love about it. I mean, this thing will get 20 plus miles a gallon going down the highway. So it's a lot of fun. So here we'll launch it across the intersection here and see how it does. Just so much easier to drive than the wagon. I don't have to do anything. It's great. But it's a lot of fun. People give me so much crap about it. Oh, it's a North Star, it's going to blow up. This is my second one I've owned. I owned a 2006 black on black, And I had that car highly modified and never had an issue with the motor. And that one made over 20 pounds of boost. This one makes 15, I believe, somewhere right around there. But it's great. Here comes an M3 at us right now. M3 spotting. Drifts like crazy. Good times, good times. But yeah, the wagon doesn't drift like that. Super controllable, long wheelbase. You just throw it out, it just slides right around the corner. So I like it. I'm going to start driving it more, taking it to more car shows. Been putting too many miles on the wagon lately, so I'm going to use this one a little bit more, put some more miles on it. Otherwise, there's no point in having it. But I love it. I love all the luxury features in it. It looks awesome. Gets a lot of looks. The problem is no one knows what they're looking at because it's such a rare car. They only made 2,500 of them total, I believe. So you always have to sit there and explain to everyone that it is not a STS-V. Most of the time I just let them go, and if they think it's a 700 horsepower STS-V, I just agree with them and be like, yep, that's definitely what it is. But I think these cars never got enough recognition from Cadillac, which is why they didn't sell. Cadillac just didn't advertise them right to be popular. But fun car. Hope you guys enjoyed the little drive, and we'll catch you in a little bit here. So we just got back from driving the STS-V here. I hope you guys enjoy the little drive. Awesome car, sounds amazing. I think they're very underappreciated. Now this one's extremely low mileage. It's an 08. It only has 23,000 miles on it. But you can get these, they made them 06, 7, 8, and 9. You can get an 06 or an 07. Find one with 80,000 miles for about $10,000. And I think that is a ton of performance for the money. I mean, if I was, 18, 19, 20-year-old looking for a performance car, I would be all about one of these. You can't make a ton of extra power with them. They're kind of, I don't want to say completely tapped out. You can put pulleys on them. You can do exhaust and some things. This one probably makes right around, I don't know, probably about 430 wheel horsepower or so. From the factory, they made about 370 to the tire. So you can pick up a, 50, 60 horsepower out of them, but that's about it. You can't really go a lot over that unless you want to take the blower off, put a turbo or something like that on it. But man, for a 400 wheel horsepower car is what you can get these two with a tune and exhaust and an intake real easy. I think it's a super underappreciated car. They run bottom 13s bone stock, mid 12s with a little bit of work, low 12s if you kind of tap out their entire potential. But that's a lot of fun. They're a sedan, so you're not getting nailed on insurance. It's a great cruiser if you've got a family and you just want to go on trips with it in some style. I think they're an awesome car. I'm not sure why they didn't grow in popularity. I mean, other than the price when they were new, $80,000 back in 2006, 7, that was a ton of money for any car. And then I guess the North Star still had the stigma of blowing up all the time. But these motors are dead reliable. I know a bunch of guys that own these. They've taken them to well over 100,000 miles and never touched the motors on them. Big brakes, thing stops good, drives good, handles good. I think it's a super underappreciated car. But I guess because of the rarity, they've just never grown in popularity much. Now that the V2s have dropped down into the bottom 20s for a 09 V2, it's hard to justify a low mileage one like this. Like I'd probably try and sell this thing for about $22,500. It's hard because it's a different realm of the V2. So everyone wants that LS motor that you can make 1,000 horsepower reliably out of, fairly cheap and easily. This is never going to be that. But if you just want something to get in, drive, be comfortable, have a lot of luxury features, the heads-up display, blind spot monitoring, lane keeping assist. I mean, that's all things that the V2s don't even have, up until 2014 they didn't have it. You had to get a V3 to get the features that this has. Heated rear seats in this. I mean, ton of features, ton of car for the money. If anyone's in the market for a nice high-performance family sedan, man, I think one of these, it should be looked at. If you're thinking about a Chevy SS or a Pontiac G8, man, cross-shop one of these, because if you're not really concerned about making a ton of power, but you want something that's unique, has an awesome sound to it, a cold air intake on these things is all that you need to do to have that blower just whine, and I love it. It sounds like a Terminator Cobra with a Kenny Bell on it. It's awesome. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the drive today, and we will catch you on the next one. RTA out.